I forget that you guys have that as well, because we always talk about black checking within the black community. The idea of like you ain't black enough, you're not like, being true to your blackness. But there is total amounts of feminist checking that we sometimes don't really talk about. Sometimes Eljoy has gotten feminist checked before, where it's like you're not being feminist enough.
Yeah.
Have you ever been feminist checked, ma'am?
Oh, I've been feminist checked, yeah. I've been feminist checked, and I just say, click, delete, block. Because I devote my life to women's issues, and so anybody...
Which is the hilarious part. Like, literally, that's what you do.
Me, I'm going to be like, are you... What did you do today?
Right.
I'm sorry.
You literally do this thing. You were on tour with Planned Parenthood.
It's unending. I still am.
You're still on tour for that.
Yes.
You have a brand new project, Lady Justice.
Lady Parts Justice.
Lady Parts Justice. Listen, ma'am. I even have a graphic for it. Hold on. When I cut to you, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. I made a graphic just for you. It says Lady Parts Justice. And it's magical. Of course, when I hit go, it didn't pop up. But there we go. Lady Parts Justice. It's next to you. Feel comfortable that it is there. But yeah, you specifically have been working on this. Could you tell us a little bit about the whole Lady Parts Justice?
Yeah, basically what I did was I feel like I call it the moment that we're living in now is the hammer your thumb moment, and we've all been trying to have conversations that are inclusive and are acceptable to everybody, and trying to bridge the gap. Well, I've never been a bridge the gap very, very good at it. And now I feel like, when you are hanging a picture on a wall and you slam your thumb with a hammer and you don't say shoot, you say something else. We are now living in times where shoot and darn are not acceptable, and people want to hear real emotion and real talk, because it is profoundly messed up on areas of women's issues, of race. I mean, the rhetoric and the energy coming from the haters is so intense. And I've been doing the women's issues junk for 30 years now. I'm ancient, and so and
ancient, really?
I am ancient. I would be declared, like, if you sold me on eBay, you would say antique.
I'm going to accept your statement here. Actually, I'm going to play a clip of from the first video you guys dropped, Lady Parts Justice, called "It's the Law." Are you guys ready, prepared for that? This is from Liz Winstead.
Since 2011, there have been hundreds of creepy laws passed that strip away a woman's right to privacy and access to health care. This is one of them.
So you are sure that you want to terminate?
I'm just not emotionally or financially ready to have kids right now.
Okay. Well, just so you know, the law says that before I can do that, I need to do some things to you that you need to pay extra for. Just some things that will help you better understand what it is you really want.
Things.
Yeah. I'm going to take this camera, and I'm going to insert it into your vagina.
Okay.
It's the law. Then the law says that you have to look at these pictures I take of what's inside your uterus. Oh, yeah. You've seen a lot of this lately. Here, take a look.
Hi there.
I want to schedule that abortion immediately.
Yeah, can't really do that. You see, we passed this law. Pretty proud of it. I'm about 2,288 weeks along, which is 2,264 weeks past the legal termination period. So you're kind of stuck with me for a bit.
Dear.
Yeah. Mommy.
How did this happen?
You got fucked.
If you don't want to get fucked this November, vote. Brought to you by the folks at www.ladypartsjustice.com. They hate creepy anti-women laws.
I see.
So premise being, it's slightly uncomfortable. It's funny. It's very close and in your face. And these are laws that are happening. And we talk about things all the time. Isn't it crazy that this guy does this? You know, they want to propose a law that says, you know, weird fertilized cells have the same rights as human beings walking the earth. And so we thought, what if we take some of these laws and sort of put them in a narrative setting so you can see what happens. That's what happens. In many states, you are forced, if you would like to terminate a pregnancy, to have a doctor mandated by the state give you a vaginal probe that A, you pay for, B, you don't need, and then forces you to look at that. Because apparently women are too stupid to make a decision for themselves. They can't think things through. So the state intervenes. And,
I didn't want to have to say it, Ms. Winstead. I mean, you guys kind of, when you have your own like ability to do whatever you want, it gets a little problematic sometimes. I don't know if you notice that.
Yeah, well, we obviously run willy-nilly and don't know how to handle anything. And that's the part that I was kind of had enough. Because when you start making a list of what some of these laws are and what some of these crazy-ass people say, that, you know, you're pregnant 2 weeks before you're actually pregnant, which that's a fascinating law in Arizona, that they actually declare you pregnant 2 weeks before you're pregnant. So I guess take your daughter to work day can also mean a box of tampons and a penis. But whatever. I don't understand how any of it goes down when there's people who say women should have to carry to term a stillborn baby. That's a law that somebody proposed in Georgia. Or that if they can prove that you forced your miscarriage, you get the death penalty. I mean, this is not stuff that I'm making up. Michelle Bachmann says the HPV vaccine causes mental retardation.
Well, she got an email saying that, ma'am. What did she do?
No, a woman walked up to her, apparently, and told her
randomly,
that.
the random woman.
The random woman.
You're supposed to, you have to take into consideration when random people just walk up to you and tell you stuff. Like, I had a guy tell me at a conference recently that they were putting something in our water that was basically taking over our minds, and he had paperwork for it and everything.
Honey, we live in New York. People walk up to us constantly in New York and tell us stuff. And you go, oh my gosh, do you need a ride home? Maybe you need some help. That's what normal people say. You don't go on TV and start saying, guess what? The liberal media is not covering the person who turned mentally retarded. That's not correct. So I'm sick of it. Women are sick of it. We're either talked down to or it's apparently I think small government actually means just small spaces like vaginas. That's what they mean by small government. We're going to legislate tiny little pieces of your body because that's what small government means. We're all in that.
And you actually decided, like, this is not even like a project that like you got brought in on for something. You like decided that you needed to like step up and kind of like make this happen.
Yeah, I think that carrying the narrative in a way that instead of me like slamming my head against a wall out of frustration, I decided to do an Indiegogo page and raise some money to make some videos that people are responding to. I mean, I've had so many emails. This video, there's not a star in it. It didn't get any TV play. Nobody played this on TV, and it has 600,000 hits in a week. And people are resonating, and I got email after email of people saying, I did not know that was a law. Oh my God, can you tell us other laws? Or I'm completely creeped out, but yet I'm laughing. So I think that's your point. And all of that is my point. But the fact of the matter is we think people pay attention and we think people know. And the bottom line is most people, they are unaware of how high the stakes are. They don't know Todd Aiken exists. They don't know that there's a guy who says the phrase legitimate rape and holds a position on the science committee. They don't know.